Welcome to National Focus. I'm Kimani. Coming up, Prime Minister Skerrit says discussion ongoing for new areas of development at the Aid Bank, and 35 food handlers now professionally trained. Stay with us for details of these and other stories after this.
A picture is worth 1,000 words. Got it? Taking care of us can be so easy.
Take good care of the children.
Thanks for staying with us. A group of students from Ecuador who are sharpening their English teaching skills at the Dominica State College paid an official visit to the Honorable Prime Minister Dr. Roosevelt Skerrit on Thursday morning. The group has been in Dominica since November 2015, enrolled in the Teach English as a Second Language or TSL program at the Dominica State College. The Honorable Prime Minister described the existing relationship between the two countries as strong. Honorable Skerrit is pleased that the Ecuadorian program is now in St. Vincent, Barbados and Dominica.
You are here as a result of a decision taken by your president and your government to allow you to come to the Caribbean countries to learn English and to be fluent in English. And we gladly welcomed the suggestion by President Correa and entered into agreement with him and his government to allow you to be here in Dominica. We have assigned, as you know, the agreement to the State College. So the State College is the implementing agency of that agreement. And I want to thank Dr. Peters, the president of the State College, for readily accepting that that offer and suggestion. And he's been very helpful in ensuring the successful nature of the agreement between Dominica and Ecuador.
The Prime Minister says he looks forward to the continued bond of friendship between Ecuador and Dominica. He thanked the staff of the Dominica State College for their professional execution of the program. The program has put the Dominica State College in the category of an international institution. President of the Dominica State College, Dr. Donald Peters, says there are also students from other Caribbean islands at the DSC.
What is more important, this initiative by the Prime Minister has certainly brought a new perspective for us at State College. As we indicated, we are now an international institution in just 13 years. The college is just 13 years, and in their 13th year, they are already attracting and educating international students. These are not the only international students we have. We have Africans, we have St. Martin, we have Antigua, St. Lucia, St. Kitts, all being educated at the State College, and we intend to continue to do that. In terms of these students, they are ambassadors for their country, but they are very good. We'd like to thank them. I see them in the market everywhere. They are part of the community. They have adjusted well. And to the people of Dominica, I want to thank them too, because they have had very little problems in Dominica. There are a few hiccups, but their experience here has been good, both on campus and off campus.
The students in turn expressed their gratitude to be here on island to share their culture and experience the best of Dominica as they learn. Besides learning English to teach English, the students are also engaged in community service and cultural exchange. The 7-month-long program is due to end in June 2016. In other news, Honorable Prime Minister Dr. Roosevelt Skerrit says there are plans to introduce 3 additional areas of business development for nationals through the Agricultural, Industrial and Development Bank. Speaking at the annual general meeting of the Aid Bank at the Fortune Hotel on Wednesday, Prime Minister Skerrit revealed that consideration is now being given for assistance in livestock rearing, music and small hotels.
One has to do with financing to farmers to invest in livestock farms in the country, particularly with chicken and pigs to supply the abattoir. And of course, I know that the Ministry of Agriculture and the Cabinet are engaging themselves in discussions to see how best to go about making those funds available to ensure that we are able to take advantage of the abattoir and critically reduce on the import bill of meats, chicken parts and pig parts to Dominica. The second facility which we are discussing within the government system is a special facility for serious, and I underscore the word serious, musicians in Dominica. I think, and I've been discussing with musicians in Dominica, up to yesterday I met with the representative body, and they'll be engaging with funds from the government on a couple training, bringing some international experts to train our local musicians on the art form. Because I believe that there is much more we can benefit from our musicians. And the third facility, which we'll be continuing to discuss and hoping to engage the bank on, is a special facility to assist existing hotels and guest houses and restaurants to improve their properties. But again, there must be conditions. It cannot be look money and don't account for it. When you come, you have to come with proper documents and proper plans and a clear vision and a clear mission of what you want to do with your existing property.
The Prime Minister stressed the importance of the aid bank to Dominica. The Dominica leader says his administration has gone against recommendations to terminate operations at the bank because the bank remains relevant to Dominica's development.
This government has maintained that the bank is still relevant and important to Dominica. Because had it not been for the aid bank, had it not been for the aid bank and its lending policies and its wider interest in the Dominican economy, not about profit making, not about how much profit we can boast we make and send it out to Dominica. It is about the clients. It's about investments in Dominica. It's about job creation. It's about growing the economy. It's about going to places where the commercial banks would not want to go. And that's what the aid bank has been doing since its existence, and particularly in this government, where we have made more monies available to the aid bank than any time in its operational history.
He called on staff of the aid bank and those who have been assisted by the institution to publicize the many achievements of the institution. Meantime, the Honorable Minister for Agriculture, Johnson Drago, is pleased with the performance of the Agricultural, Industrial and Development Bank for the financial year ending June 2015. At its annual general meeting at the Fortune Hotel on Wednesday, Chairman of the Board of Directors, Martin Charles, revealed the bank's modest $2.69 million profit. The Honorable Agriculture Minister says this is good news for agriculture in Dominica.
It's encouraging news to hear that the Agricultural, Industrial and Development Bank has made a profit in light of the economic stresses that we are facing as a people. But I have always said that agriculture is doing well in Dominica, and I'm happy that the aid bank is reporting today that our farmers are making an effort to repay their loans.
Coming out of that meeting, Honorable Drago says he is encouraged by the bank's renewed commitment to assist Dominica's agriculture industry.
As you know, we are now promoting for the expansion of commercial farmers to meet the exports that we're looking for in a variety of products. We continue to look for new niche markets for products. The Dominican product will remain one of the most wholesome in the Caribbean. Our fruits are more succulent, and for the consumer out there, they are more satisfied when they purchase something coming out of Dominica, whether it's yams, dashing, plantain, you name it. One of our challenges has always been the quality, and we are working hard to increase and improve on our quality, and we are working hard to expand our share in the export market. And I want to thank the farmers, but I want to say to the farmers as we speak, they can go to the aid bank and get their soft loans to expand their farm, and this in itself is very encouraging.
You're watching National Focus. More when we return.
I had a bleeding disorder that I did not know about, and they had to be transfusing me continuously. I got 56 units.
Being there at the blood bank, I was like, yo, I'm actually saving someone's life.
You never know when you can go.
Give blood. I have done it, and believe it or not, it don't hurt.
I won't be scared. I'll give. You know you're gonna give blood. I'll make sure she does.
Sit down at the blood bank in a comfortable environment for 45 minutes.
Helping people.
You are stimulating your body to make brand new cells.
You get free cookies, you get juice.
Get to know your blood group. Feels good.
I felt as a better person.
It's a good thing to be alive, and I can thank God that I'm there and I'm enjoying life.
Welcome back. 35 nationals within Dominica's various food management sectors are now better equipped with the skills and practices needed to improve quality and reduce the threat of illness within the food service industry. On Wednesday, March 23rd, the participants of the Serve Safe Food Protection Manager training and certification received their completion certificates. Facilitator Julie Ann Loader considers the 3-day workshop a success.
We had 3 very intense days of training covering 10 topics for the Serve Safe certification program. And I'm happy to say that this particular group was very interesting, interactive, and passionate about learning, so it made our job as facilitators very easy. What I want to implore the participants to do when they go back, for the food companies participating, they have an action plan that they need to action, right? We need to get those things implemented, improvements in your various techniques and food safety systems, so that you can have greater quality assurance with the food that you put out. And so with the help of the environmental health officers, we expect that over the next 6 months, you will move from where you are now to greater heights and levels in your food establishment and food safety systems.
Facilitator Lionel Michael commended participants for exceptional participation.
Personally, for me, I want to say that I learned a lot from interacting with you. You were very dedicated, very committed, and most importantly, very tired, very punctual, and interactive in the whole training program.
He also stressed the importance of regular training within the food safety sphere. Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Health, Helen Roye, is optimistic about the outcome of this week's training.
We know that based on our previous commitments by the Ministry of Health and especially the Environmental Health Department, that the training is going to be put to good use. It doesn't matter how high your grades were. It doesn't matter how excited you got about the training. What would be important is to translate that knowledge to practical use. So we are looking forward to see, as the previous presenters spoke to, that we are going to have healthier food, better food everywhere.
Parliamentary Secretary in the Ministry of Health, Honorable Ivor Stevenson, hopes this workshop will lead to more collaboration between the Environment Health Department and relevant stakeholders in the food industry.
The whole question of food safety, and especially as it comes to food inspection by inspectors, it's not really about an inspection, but really about a partnership between the staff, the inspectors, and the managers of food establishments. So now that you managers have gotten information, you have now become familiar to many terms, infections and food safety, microbial, fungal and food infection, and all those different terms that will make you better understand the work of the environmental health officer. I feel confident that you now have much more wealth of information that will help you now to be able to do the necessary supervision of your staff and allow less of the inspection type of activity that is normally done by the environmental health officer to be done by yourself. And in that way, you will see a total improvement of your food establishments, and in so doing, we will see a reduction in the possibilities of food infection or foodborne illnesses that we may eventually have.
Participant Claudette Wallace says she and her colleagues appreciated and benefited from the program.
We must say that we have learned a lot and we are very, very, very knowledgeable about food and food safety after these 3 days. I think we have gone to another level. Don't you think so? Yes. So we want to say thank you to our facilitators. Thanks for taking the time off for educating us.
Dominica's Agricultural Industrial Development Bank announced its second scholarship program at the bank's annual general meeting on Wednesday. The bank is offering a scholarship for an associate degree in entrepreneurship at the Dominica State College.
Becoming an entrepreneur is a career decision like any other. In offering this scholarship, we are encouraging our young persons to do their homework, critically examine whether this is the path for them. And if it is, then arm yourself with an education that will drive your success in life.
The bank hopes to enhance its role and visibility as a good corporate citizen by supporting initiatives designed to facilitate Dominica's growth and development. The scholarship is offered in honor of deceased Hubert Joseph Nicholas, a former board member, civil servant, and entrepreneur.
The scholarship is being offered to a student of the Dominica State College in honor of Mr. Hubert Nicholas Joseph, deceased. Mr. Hubert Joseph, a businessman by profession, was a former director of the Dominican Agricultural, Industrial and Development Bank. He was appointed to the bank board of directors from March 2002 until his death in August 2015.
Gregoire listed the criteria for applicants.
The scholarship is for a 2-year associate degree in entrepreneurship and will cover academic costs, tuition, fees, learning material including a computer, stipend towards transportation and incidentals. Applicants must be resident national of the Commonwealth of Dominica. Applicants must meet the minimum educational requirements for the course. Applicants must submit an acceptance letter from the Dominica State College for the program along with transcript and secondary school or any other higher learning institution attended with his or her application. Applicants must demonstrate a clear indication commitment to work in Dominica after completion of the studies.
More information about this opportunity can be sourced from the Aid Bank. The Aid Bank also announced the second Elford Henry Scholarship for the September 2016 academic period at the Dominica State College. The Government Information Service continues to create access to information related to programs and projects initiated by government and the impact of those initiatives on the lives of nationals. In this regard, effective March 24, 2016, thanks to the efforts of government and staff of the department, GIS channel is now available live online 24 hours a day. Viewers can access GIS programming live from anywhere in the world on their desktops or mobile devices by logging on to GIS Dominica live stream on YouTube. We thank all those who have been following GIS online on Facebook and Twitter and have visited our website at www.news.gov.dm and encourage nationals here and in the diaspora to tune into the GIS Dominica live stream on YouTube. And that's the English news. Next is Curl Highlights with McPherson St. Luce.
Allô tout le monde, bienvenue à cette nouvelle en créole. Non, moi c'est McPherson St. Luce. Premièrement, le gouvernement Dominica préparé pour ouvrir abattoir mois prochain. Parole ça là sorti du ministère de l'Agriculture, Honorable Johnson Drago.
Eh bien oui, nous avons préparé pour ouvrir abattoir. Mais nous, les ouvrir abattoir, pour nous ça, par mon top class facility. Comme ça, abattoir, nous testons abattoir en mois de novembre l'année passée. Et bien nous avons été un grand succès, mais nous avons un travail pour faire pour officiellement ouvrir abattoir. Compagnie qui est comme ça pour bâtir abattoir OSG, il y a Dominica présent, et bien il y a fini tout le travail pour faire pour ouvrir abattoir. Il y a un travail là été pour couvrir facilité, et bien mettre en couverture les facilités, nous faisons ça, et puis là nous testons abattoir ça qu'on créer maximum use, nous stretch to the maximum. Il y a des outils pour placer un F, et bien nous avons placer ça qu'on a parlé, et bien nous avons fini un business plan pour abattoir, et bien le gouvernement a fait manière préparation pour mettre l'argent en aide banque, quand le gouvernement qui met $2,000 en aide banque pour nous apprêter un planter qu'il y a la cochon et poule, et pour abattoir.
Si l'on ministre Drago, succès abattoir là qui dépend à ces dominicains. Projet ça là chrétien produit bien fouet à ces marchés là.
Quand nous avons dit tout le temps, succès abattoir qui dépend à ce manière dominicain accepter abattoir. Comme ça, nous plusieurs contents manière à accepter cochon et puis pour nous tenir en mois novembre-décembre. Mais tout de suite, à tout supermarché Dominique, à toute boutique tout mon pays, même quand il y a des bacanes contre l'autre pays, il y a des pour le fouet, hot abattoir Dominique, à ces fruits. Nous avons dit Dominicains, qu'il viande poule, viande cochon local pour supporter abattoir. Parce qu'elle est aussi supporter abattoir, ou qu'a créé employment par plusieurs personnes. Moun qui a levé cochon, c'est moun qui a bac là qui a prêté l'argent, moun qui a travaillé en abattoir, moun qui a travaillé en supermarché, tout le monde qui a bénéficié, pays qui a bénéficié. Parce que nous avons coupé à $14,000 ça qui nous avons voyé l'autre pays, tous les gens pour viande qui a montré un pays Dominique. Donc nous avons dit que nous satisfaits. Et Dominique qui est supporté abattoir, nous avons dit Dominicain, merci en avance pour supporter l'abattoir.
À la nouvelle, ça fait au la client par qu'à chaîne commitment à yo réparer l'argent yo prêté au aide banque, ça crée delinquency, c'est un problème pour l'institution là. Parole ça là sur le chairman institution là, M. Martin Charles, pendant banque la chaîne le 23e grand meeting à yo mercredi.
Oui, il y a des gens qui prêtent l'argent banque là, et yo ça payer mais on n'est pas qu'à payer. Et ça même c'est pas bon pour banque là. Parce que nous prêtons des gros l'argent pour le monde et si nous ne pas payer ça nous prêtons, la banque là qui est en risque pour nous pas faire rien. Et nous avons assisté à ça là pour honorer l'obligation pour la banque là. Parce que, comme on dit, nous prêtons l'argent à l'institution, nous ne pouvons pas payer ces gens là l'argent vivre. So nous avons assisté à ça là pour venir en banque là. Même yo ne pas payer tout le budget, mais nous qui faire rangement avec eux pour ça payer ça yo payer. Mais comme on dit, il y a des clients yo ça payer, yo ne pas veulent payer. Puis bulletin yo c'est un bagage gouvernement. Et autant le premier ministre l'a dit, même si on bulletin gouvernement, mais tout le monde, même aux clients et banque et aux parents clients, nous tous dominicains ni pour payer si aide banque pas qu'à faire bien.
Charles Wanman fait parole que banque salaire qui continue et puis commitment pour le public là.
Oui, nous pour aussi voir ça public là qu'a dit comment il a critiqué nous, ça nous pour faire meilleur. Nous prenons tout ça dit avec un bon check.
À la nouvelle, compagnie de l'eau de Wasco a créé à ce public là pour conserver de l'eau, comme ça autant important. Parole ça là sorti officier relations publiques Edward Regis. Regis a aussi créé à ce public là pour protéger les ressources de l'eau pays là.
Et les gens qui ont 20 années, 30 années qui passent, ils ont un gros bassin de différents livières. On a changé ça McPherson. À présent, là, vous regardez ces mêmes livières, c'est la rivière plate. Et bien, il y a une raison pour ça. Il y a différents bagailles tant qu'à changer avec nous-mêmes, qu'on peut payer. Nous avons fait différents bitecs qui sont affectés. Valet glo nous en la rivière. Nous avons coupé bois, en pied bois, nous avons contaminé la rivière avec toutes ces bitecs qui sont affectées. Comme ça, la commission aujourd'hui avec tous les jours, c'est pour nous faire toute bitecs pour nous protéger glo à nous, ça passer par génération qui a venu. Ça bien important parce que glo c'est la vie. Nous avons dit ça tous les jours. Et s'il n'y a pas ni glo, ni bête, ni moun, ni plan. Pas ça vivre. Comme ça, nous tous besoin de l'eau.
Messieurs, mesdames, ça c'est tout pour nouvelle en créole pour à présent. Non, moi c'est McPherson Luce. Quand tout le monde, en bon saison Pâques. Au revoir.
Before we leave, here is one announcement. The Dominica State College is now offering 2 special courses, one in bartending and one in housekeeping. The courses begin in May 2016 and are for persons between the ages of 15 and 29 who are unemployed and have no more than 3 CXCs. Each course is 12 weeks long and includes 2 weeks attachment at a tourism and hospitality establishment. The courses are free, so register today. Visit the Department of Continuing Studies at the Dominica State College. Coming up next, your tip of the day. Food regulations help maintain food safety up to the time it reaches the consumer. After that, it's up to us, the consumer. A few simple actions can cut the likelihood of food poisoning drastically. Here is one. Food that is meant to be kept chilled should be, as soon as possible after purchasing of meat, poultry, dairy foods, vegetables, salad, ingredients, etc. should be refrigerated at or below 5 degrees Celsius. Sounds easy, but often food is left in hot cars or are put in refrigerators that are not cold enough. A fridge thermometer should be used to make sure the temperature is at or below 5 degrees Celsius. That's all for this edition of National Focus. We always welcome your suggestions and comments. Drop us an email at gis@dominica.gov.dm or visit our website news.gov.dm. Like our Facebook page, facebook.com/GIS News Dominica, and follow us on Twitter at GIS Dominica. You can also catch up on past National Focus newscasts on our GIS Dominica YouTube channel. You can also follow us 24 hours a day on live streaming. From all of us here on the GIS News production team, I'm Kimani. Thanks for watching and do have a happy Easter.